Figure I'd get you guys a night shot. All the lights. There's a pathway. Nice little gooseneck light actions. And then these just put in today. But what is it? 1, 2, 3. Bang. She's all lit up. Every light, every little LED light is on. But these, I think they're called no-seum lights. It's just like a different type of stair tread. But because there's an overhang on this, about a 1/2 inch, they kind of tuck away. But they add some light down into the lawn, which is nice, I guess, with the dogs and everything. You can see them at night. But there's everything all lit up. I'll take you to the other side. There's obviously stair lights. And then we got like little Edison string light bulbs, and then it's hard to tell, but there's little lights that shine up into the pavilion. And then this is the other pathway. A couple more little goose lights just to light up this side. There's all the 1x6, so I'll do that tomorrow. Do all the skirting around. That's it. I mean, this is the beast right here. Awesome to sit under. Yeah, not connected to the house, but still got a great little outdoor living space. Little fire pit. It gets cool. You got some little electric heaters. 3 of them just to knock the edge off. I hear some fireworks in the distance. And our symphony of frogs in the backyard. Jeez. They're getting their freak on out there. All right, so last night you guys got to see the lighting of this monstrosity here, but now I figure I'll walk you through. And the reason why I'm doing this is there's been a lot of comments lately on my YouTube channel on this deck build. A lot of Q&A, and I'm sure it's because a lot of people are taking on deck projects during the summer. It's nicer weather, and probably searching on YouTube and coming across my ugly mug. But first question was, why the hell did I build the thing so big, like Holocaust prevention? And the reason is because of this massive pavilion that went on top of it. So if you followed the build, these posts here were all 8x8 posts, triple 2x12 beams here across all the way down. So you got 3 8-inch posts, and then you got 3 8-inch posts out here, and this is a double 2x12 beam. So there's 8x8, 8x8, another 8x8 down there. All stamped off by the county. But the reason I did that is because of this pavilion, this massive pavilion. All post and beam pavilion. I'm gonna butcher the name. Great Country Barn up in Connecticut. What they do is, that's all they do. It's tongue and groove, post and beam. I mean, you can see. I can't point behind me. Right here. Oak posts or oak pegs. The whole thing. There's only a few mechanical fasteners on there. So you can see these are called purlins. Basically, everything's like intersecting, right, to make it super strong. So you've got the massive truss here set up, one on the other side, and then all of these purlins that sit on top, and then the roof decking is basically on top of that. Again, those are mechanically fastened. And then I put the whole thing up. I had some friends help. We hoisted everything, had these, they're called roustabout cranes. You fit on top of, they just roll right on top of this. And then they're meant for lifting and lowering like cast iron pipes. So plenty enough weight capacity on it. You could grab or lift like 2 tons. So it was fine. So we built this one on the ground, this truss on the ground, lifted it, and then put the king, basically that king post. There's one massive that goes from king post to king post. We lifted that. The other one we stick built, lifted that massive joist or purlin up top, and then did all of the roof decking. That's where I fell short. We did everything up until maybe about 3 purlins short. And then I had the roofing company come because I don't do well on height up there. We had them put the rest of the purlins up, and then they put all the roof decking, and then basically, it's hard to see, but it's raised seam metal roofing, and it's like a cranberry color. It matches the front accents on the front of the house, so went well. It's got like a stain preservative on the whole thing. 1 coat, actually 2 coats. It's probably due for another one here, which we might do this fall. And so back to the posts. The reason the posts are so massive, the neighbors are looking at me, are because this 8-inch post is in direct alignment of this post. And so what's happening is you've got a post, a bunch of blocking, right? This is not into end grain, screwed in end grain. There's a bunch of blocking, and then there's a massive, like 1/2 inch, looks like a shark fin, plate. 1/2 inch plate screwed down to the blocking. That 1/2 inch plate shark fin goes up into this post. And you'll see on the other side of it, there's 2 little pegs. There's 2 steel pins. You see those pegs? There's 2 steel pins in there that go through that and lock this to those shark fins. So there's 4 of them. And then those oak pegs are basically just decorative to hide that hole, essentially. But when I designed it knowing that it was going to be holding this weight. So decking all past the code. The pavilion itself is stamped, engineered by the company. And they'll build amazing work. They got massive CNC machines that do all of this work. Just beautiful. So that's why, main reason why I had all of that heavy duty beam and posts, because I knew it was going to be handling this weight. What else? So sun is on the back of this house 24/7, 365. What do you call it? Southerly exposure, right? Behind me rises west. So what we've done is, there you go. We've got these pull down shades. 2 shades you can pull down when the sun's really high in midday. It helps keep some of the sun from inside there. And then the key one is on this backside. We've got one that pulls down because at that, what time is it now? 3 o'clock, that 4 or 5 o'clock, that sun is beaming in there, especially it's cloudy today, but beaming in there. And you pull down that shade and it's just beautiful. We had somebody come after the fact and wire all the electronics. So I've got a fan, ceiling fan. I've got outlet there for lighting that you saw last night. There's outlet on this other side, and then outlets on either side and each post here. And then there's an outdoor junction box under the deck that ties into the main box. But I've got heaters. We have 3 heaters. Takes kind of the edge off. Doesn't help, frigid temperature, but in that 60 degree time, ooh, perfect. Just takes enough. Fireplace, fireplace insert on the other side here. There's Nala, the mighty hunter, lounging about. So we've got an outlet here for the TV, which College World Series on right now. Awesome. Gas fireplace here. And then a big gas. I did not, hindsight's 2020. I did not tie it into the main because that was another permit. And I probably should have, but we got, it's 120 gallon, 100 gallon, 80 gallon, somewhere around there. Tank out here. Did all the skirting around it. And when it's close to getting empty, I gotta move it back because it hangs out just a little bit, and I don't want the boards kind of bowing around it. But what do we got? No hit. So let me walk you through the rest. So I mentioned the electronics. You have this ugly exposed conduit, outdoor exterior conduit. I do have hopes to kind of paint that like a, was that really close, right in your face? Like a bronze color, but I just I haven't gotten around to it. Custom cooler, EKU for the wife, Hokies for the top. Look at that. I'm making one of those too. We got the heaters I mentioned, one above my head. We got all this Edison bulb lighting type of thing. We got one over here, one on that side. And then basically just outdoor living area. This whole fireplace is clad in a combination of pallet wood. These big ones were actually the pallet stuff that the pavilion came on. Nice little mantle. And then, some nice outdoor swivel furniture here. Some ottomans. Nice little custom table I made. And this is cool. I don't want to get my wife's laying on the lower deck, but I got these little suckers. It's bungeed to there, but they basically rotate out. And they're connected. Just some extra seating. And then what else? We'll point out the lighting, all the decor lighting. It's all low wattage or low voltage LED lights. It's got 4 LEDs around the side. And those put out a good amount of light. And looks really nice. Nice ambiance. In the evening, what do we got? Kids throwing cheddar 92. And that's off speed. So gooseneck lighting, we've got that on the other side as well. And that's kind of it. Oh, let me explain this. It's looking at me, not you. The separation here between the house and the pavilion. So This is my property line right back here, the fencing back there. And if I wanted to connect this pavilion to the house in Prince William County, where I'm at, Virginia, it's considered an addition. Actually, there's one, you can see this house over here. Their property line is deeper than mine. And so if it's an addition, your setback from the property line is 20 feet. So their property line allows them to have, their deck probably goes out around 10, 12, 13 feet, somewhere around there. The county setback from the line for a deck is 6 feet. Our HOA is 10 feet, right? So I had 10 feet. From my house to 10 feet essentially is just over 16 feet. That's how big this actual deck is. If I was going to connect this to the house, it's considered an addition, and my setback then becomes 20 feet, right? And so essentially it would have given me about a 6-foot deck here, which I don't know what the hell. I'm going to put a couple chase loungers on it, and that's it. So the loophole is you have a 5-foot separation from the house and the pavilion, the covered part, and that allows you to keep the same size deck, same size 10-foot setback, and all of that. So that was the workaround. And yeah, it sucks if it's a downpour and you want to, make a mad dash from the door under the pavilion. But really, it's not that bad. So it's kind of to separate it. I did a little diagonal decking here. Is to kind of give it like a walkway appearance. And then I've got decking running parallel to the house that way. So it worked out. I mean, that was the workaround, which is really crazy when you think about it. But you can try to argue these things. You just sometimes it's not worth it. So we go down these stairs now to the new deck that I was able to do, and just wide open. You guys, you can see the little design back here. You can see there's 3 corners that have this design. It's all Ipe. It's oiled up. Got a couple coats of oil on it right now, and I'm going to try to maintain that so it if you leave Ipe to naturally weather, it'll get like a silverish color, kind of like a cedar or a teak or something like that. I'm going to try to maintain it so I get that kind of rich chocolate color. After all, I believe it is a Brazilian walnut Ipe, but very dense, great outdoor hardwood. So I kind of did these designs. Corner 1. There's another corner over here and a corner here. And I did not purposely do it over here because that's where the stairs. So I just picture framed. You can't see it's under the mat for the grill, and picture frames and ties in over here. So it was challenging. I really do like how it turned out. Challenging though, because so much blocking underneath, and making sure that my angles are good, or at least somewhat good, and decking. I don't know how much the Ipe is going to move, but definitely the pressure treated moves a lot. But overall, got a lot of dust over here because I was just working on the skirting today. But overall, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. And I had enough of the Ipe to do the railing all around. And then there's more of this decor lighting, post caps. We moved our banana trees and all the plants over, and then did the one little stair riser or stair tread, just because it wasn't bad. It was like 7.5 inch, 8 inch drop to the path, but I wanted something just to cut that in half, so I just made like a little 4 inch, and I think it turned out nice. We got 4 little stair dots there, and tied in the Ipe, did a little trim around that, and kind of had to scribe because the path obviously has got a real slope to it, especially in this corner. The yard itself just really slopes down. But all of these pavers basically are what were originally here behind the house. So I had two little semicircle patios. And so as we decided we're able to put the decks, all of those pavers came up and we just saved them. And was able to get that whole path on that side and majority of this path. Had to buy a couple extra here and there, but overall we've got, I don't know, some extra pavers if we ever need it. But then today I basically just did the skirting around just to give a kind of a more finished look, hide anything that was underneath. I definitely think it gives a much better look to it. Here's the tank I was talking about. This is just a little bug catcher, but I need to push this tank back and I'll probably put like a gate so you can access it. It's my tank, I bought it, and I just pay for everything, but I think it looks much better with the skirting. It gives a much more finished look. Yeah, and these little change, couple people have commented on these in the pictures, but it's just a rain chain instead of a straight gutter. A gutter that comes down and kind of runs all of that is just a chain. It just hangs, and basically water literally runs down the chain through the little buckets all the way down to the bottom, and that's that. It gives a nice little look and a feel. Actually, you got a little sound to it as well too. We actually have a bird in here. Let's see. Jeez. I don't know if you can see him, his mouth open in there. Little wrens. That's their second nest. First nest was in the plant up there for a few weeks. Well, so I showed the lighting last night. You can see all the wiring here, but basically I have some, they're called no-see-ums. It's just a different type of stair tread light. I was originally gonna put it over in the grill area underneath here, but there's plenty of light over here. You got the post lights, there's these lights, there's plenty of lighting that comes from inside. So we thought this would be kind of cool because it is at night, it's really dark over here. And as you saw last night, it casts a good amount of light out for the doggies when they're taking their before bedtime number 1 and 2s. So I mean that's kind of it. You can see the metal roofing here from this side. Massive umbrella. Thank you to Mom for that. And Mom, yeah, I got your put your sign up here right now. I'll have to attach it to that post. Mom makes signs. I guess I got all of this from Mom and Dad. But Dad, the man, the myth, the grill master. And we bought this massive umbrella out for my mom too. She had it over in the patio, and it's perfect out here because there's so much sun on this. It's one of those that comes out massive, and you can kind of angle it and rotate and all that. So it's awesome. But that's kind of it. I mean, that's officially today, officially done with this monstrosity of a deck project. I mean, I do it to myself. I just keep adding, but this deck's done, all the railings done, did all the skirting now. Oh, and you're thinking, well, Corey, how the hell do you get underneath the deck should you need to get underneath the deck? I built a little gate, double gate actually, behind the grills. So you can see the hinges. So these two doors basically will swing open onto the deck here and have plenty of space to get under there. We've got some plastic Adirondack chairs stored in there, all that. But also, I did not skirt in underneath these stairs here because I can crawl in there and get to the breaker. If I pop a breaker, I can get to that box and reset it. So that's it. You got all this decor stuff that's in here. There's a little Wi-Fi controller, Bluetooth controller, so you can control the lights with your phone. You can set a schedule. Really love the decor stuff. Not a paid advertisement. Super expensive, yes, but it's all made in the US. Customer service is off the chart, and it's just good quality stuff. I've been using it since that first deck, and I really love this stuff. So I think I've kind of answered the big questions anyways, which is why the hell I built the thing so sturdy. And it was to hold that, even though in my original videos was just the deck. You know how it gets, you just building and you just don't video, and I'm not like a YouTuber professional. I don't make money that way or anything. I got a real job, and I do all of this on the weekends or after the real job on the weekdays in the evening. But that's our happy space. And we spend a lot of time out here in the evening, watch news out here in the morning. Just about every weekend we're out here, even if it's crappy, it's perfect because you got a covered area, and it's still nice when it's rainy. So look, guys, thanks for all the comments. Love seeing all the comments, and good luck with all your decks and all your builds in the future. But I'll try to put out some more content, but hopefully this will satisfy you guys when why the hell I built this sucker so massive. All right, peace out. Woodworks by Snyder. Thanks.